Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joey's Retro Newscast. It is Friday, so here's all of your retro handhelds, retro gaming, and gaming news. But first, the forum is finally live. Yes, for everybody who's been waiting for a forum just to play our Play Retro Games Club, maybe you don't like Discord, maybe Discord did some bad things to you, doesn't matter, I don't care the reason. The forum is there. I have replicated every feature as far as I can remember. So it's all there. We've done some testing behind the scenes, so there's little things here and there, but it is ready to go. So if you want to play the games with us, you didn't want to join Discord, the forum is there and it'll expand as we go. There might be bugs and things like that. I'm following, so just tag me if there's an issue. But either way, check it out. It is playretrogamesclub.com. That is the actual URL, or you can go to my website. There's a forum link in many different places now, and you could just click it and jump in through there. As of right now, it is only for the Play Retro Games Club. I am open to expanding it if we get enough people that want to do that, to device chat and all of that. But for now, I just want it to be Play Retro Games Club focused. So come join and play. You link everything with Discord if you have it, or your Gmail if you want to do that, or neither. It is up to you. I left everything open for options. So check it out. Link in the description if you need it. Okay, let's jump into actual software news now. And GammaOS Nano version 1.4 is now out for the RG Rotate, the RGDS, the TrimUI Brick, the Magic X Mini 028, Magic X XU Retro X20 V32, and so on. Now, for those of you that don't know what Nano is, this is me as well. I'm new to what Nano is. It is a whole micro OS built on top of Android, and it's meant for, at least for the RGDS, for dual screen. It has dual screen support, but it's just meant to be a low-powered Android that, I mean, he kind of really did everything from the beginning here. Nano boots before any Android desktop, so it takes over the hardware directly, is what he's saying. It's very fast, it's very quick. You have a full and a light option. Full includes the Google Play Store. Light does not, as usual. There is 3 full home themes, so you have a DSi system menu, a PS3 XMB, or a Minima, which is apparently based off of MinUI or NextUI. Drastic, the DS emulator, now actually has retro achievements, and it is faster. So for somehow, Gamma has done it, and he has added retro achievements to Drastic, the emulator, which did not have it before. You need to use Gamma to use this, just be aware. So that's really cool. You have custom wallpapers, including video wallpapers. There is an in-game overlay, so if you want to see what your frame rate is and all of that, improved sleep, built-in media and browser and more. And you can also boot Linux off an SD card somehow, which is very interesting. I think the long story short here is if you have any one of those devices, you might want to try out GammaOS on it. It sounds like it's a very big change and separation from what you currently have, especially on any devices with really bad stock operating system. Like probably the RGDS would be improved here, jumping to GammaOS Nano, I'm guessing. I have not seen any of this yet. I haven't played around with it yet. I don't even know if I have any device that would work for this. But either way, check out GammaOS Nano whenever you get a chance. Next up is a little project that came in from RJNY, who does all of our Obtainium packs. He's the one that has the repository of Obtainium packs, keeps it up to date. It is actually what my pack is based off of. His work is awesome. So he is back here with a really cool script. For anybody that streams, that uses Sunshine or Moonlight, Apollo, Vipollo, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You know that when you're streaming, there isn't a really good way to freeze the game and then sleep on disconnect. And well, until now. So RJNY has built an entire script, and I don't want to get this wrong, but my understanding after talking to him and watching the video is it puts it into like a console-like sleep mode. The entire console or PC shuts down or goes into sleep mode. And then it can wake it back up into exactly where you were in the actual game. So it's like a faux SteamOS type resume. which is really cool. Now, some games will break due to this. Forza Horizon was one of the ones he was testing, and it has issues with it because it's an online game, so it breaks occasionally. But he's tested a bunch of different games, says it's working really well. So, for anybody streaming and you want to test this out, I'll leave a link in the description, in the sources as usual, and you could try it. Again, it's just a script that basically mimics a console's sleep resume mode type thing, which is really cool. Next up is a bit of cathartic news, but something that you should be aware of as well if you are buying any Intel handheld. Because, okay, let's do some history on this one. Somebody might have watched one of my previous MSI Claw videos from like 2 years ago, the very first MSI Claw. And in it, I found that I had issues where I was calling it rubber banding, but apparently it isn't that. But either way, I was calling it rubber banding. You would play, everything would suddenly slow down and then catch back up. So it would like slingshot you. I noticed it a lot in Forza Horizon and then some other games. And so I was really not happy with Intel at that point. This was 2 years ago. Fast forward to now, the new Intel chips are coming out, the G3 Extreme and all of that. The same bug is still in it. So, for those of you that don't know, and there's a GitHub repository or a GitHub issue that is currently open about it being broken. This is VRR that is broken, and it has been broken for 2 years on Intel processors for these handhelds. So the user that opened it is referencing the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus, which I also noticed in that handheld. The reason I'm bringing this up now is because G3 Extremes are shipping. Mine is on the way. This will have that bug still. And what it happens, or what the issue is that apparently at 60 FPS, with a give or take of 5 FPS around there, VRR causes the refresh rate to fluctuate from 80 Hertz to 180 Hertz or 108 Hertz, and it causes severe stuttering or causes issues. And you can see some examples. There's a video there using Days Gone, which is actually a game that I tested and saw the issue 2 years ago. And so there is massive issues right now, which means that if you were buying one of these handhelds, you don't want to turn on VRR if you plan on playing in that 60 range, which is really, where you want to be. Long story short, this has been a 2-year issue, and Intel is responding to it as of 3 days ago now, saying that they're still looking into it, but this has been 2 years. So, long story short, I want to let everybody know about this. This is a factor, I think, in anybody buying an Intel handheld. It was a factor in my decision to buy the One X Player G3 Extreme, but I wanted to see it anyways. And I'm kind of worried about the D-pad, which, whatever, we'll talk about whenever that arrives. But either way, something you should be aware of when it comes to an Intel handheld. GameNative version 1.1.1 is now out. And as a reminder, you want to use the one that doesn't say Legacy XR APK, because that one is for Quest handhelds for whatever reason. With this update, just scanning the changes here, and I'm going to say that there isn't anything massive compared to the pre-release, which I'm pretty sure we talked about, but just some bug fixes since that pre-release. So as a reminder, the big things here was adding Nexus mod support, multi-controller support, and Steam collections, and a whole bunch of things. So if you haven't already, update to version 1.1.1. Not to be outdone, but GameHub is updated to 6.1.0. With it comes improved recommendations for device-compatible games on home and search, new onboarding to quickly import games and start playing, a guest mode that lets you browse home and import games without signing in, which is really cool, and they fixed some known issues and improved stability. I'm still using GameHub personally. I don't use it a lot whenever I'm doing anything, like playing Sea of Stars, I use it. And it's mostly because the frame pacing is a lot better and I like the super resolution on it, which still hasn't changed as far as I'm aware on GameNative. But if they ever implement those, I'll probably swap over. So right now I'm still with GameHub, but I think this is a scenario where still to this day you use both depending on the game. So it's kind of up to you. And I guess I should probably mention GameHub GameNative is PC emulation on Android in case you don't know and you're new. Zenroid, the Xbox 360 emulator on Android, is now out. And I did a video on this week, so you should go check that out if you haven't. The long story short is, there's 2 ways you can look at this. Number one, it is way better than I expected. Like probably one of the best alpha build emulators that I've ever seen, where compatibility, performance, stability, like all of that in one package is really good. To the point where I was playing Lost Odyssey, which I know is going to have issues as soon as I get like an hour in or whatever. But even just to have the beginning load properly and work and be playable and all of that, it's exciting. It is super exciting because that is the game that I need to play. That is the game I want to play. Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon doesn't work that well, but Lost Odyssey. So long story short is there's two ways to look at this. Number one, you should go try it. Xbox 360 emulation on Android with Zenroid. It is way better than I expected, but it is still not there yet. So if you're considering making it like a system that you plan on playing through entire games with, I don't think we're there yet. It's better than I expected, but it isn't a full emulator as of yet. We are still in like the 0. whatevers for the versioning. So we're not there yet, but it is really cool. So go check out Xbox 360 emulation with Zenroid. Just check out Lost Odyssey. It's going to crash. It'll break at some point, but just check it out. That's awesome. Last is software news here, and it's going to be RMSX2, and I'm probably not going to be talking about this every week because I just can't. There is 10, 20 different updates that come every single week for RMSX2, and so to make this a feature every single week is going to get kind of annoying. But RMSX2 has had another update, and this will be, until there's another major update, until they do proper stable updates, this will be the last one for then. But looking at the different things here, one of the big ones is gun con and light gun support. So I need to try this because I have a light gun, but apparently, like Nether SX2, it is adding gun con and light gun support. I wonder if my Sinden works. But on top of that, this is why I did this here. Every other USB device the core emulates is now selectable too. The Rock Band drum kit, the DJ Hero turntable, and so on. Do I have the time to test this? This is something that I did videos on. In case you don't know, I did videos on all of these. DDR, DJ Hero turntable. I think I did that. My arcade machine that has all of it, Sinden light guns, all of this, all these things, Rock Band drum kit. I should try this on Android. Now, I did it with Nether because RMSX2 wasn't at that point when I did the videos. I need to see how this works with RMSX2 now. So we'll see. Anyways, another update, another bunch of things here. Those were the things that I noticed that I had to point out. So it's pretty cool. Update if you haven't. All right, so question of the week. And I'm doing a bit of research here for something. What front end or launcher are you using? And why are you using it over other options? What does it do? What is that feature? What is that thing that keeps you coming back to whatever it is that you're using as a front end or a launcher? What is it? Why don't you like whatever other launcher exists or front end exists? What is your purpose? What do you like in a front end? We've talked a lot about front ends. We talked a lot about how you know that I am not a huge fan of a front end, so I have my own little launcher that just gets me right to my emulator and I'm good to go. I'm happy with that. But for those of you that are using front ends, for those of you that are in that ecosystem, you love it, all of that, what is it about your current front end that you like? Let me know. We have been talking a lot about the Lenovo C700 handheld that is apparently coming out in August. And we have some new news on it. The C700 is going to come with a streaming dongle. So you pair it with a companion Windows software, and the USB stick is allowing the handheld to stream games from a PC with a latency as low as 10 ms. Now, I am curious about this because we have Apollo, we have Vipollo, we have Moonlight, we have all of that, right? And that's on your internal network. This is probably like a 2.4 gigahertz type thing, which do you have to be close to the PC to use it? I don't know. Or is it one of those things where like the PC's in the same room as you and you could just do it there? I don't know. But either way, this is a new kind of PC dongle that lets you just stream from whatever PC. So they show a laptop and the handheld next to it. So that is a use case if you're close to that. But I would probably assume that most people are just going to do Apollo or whatever. Anyways, I'm still very curious to see about this handheld, so we'll find out more pretty soon. Next up is some housekeeping, I guess. Three different things that we'll talk about. Magni Air Wire Pro review is delayed. They moved the embargo back a week, so it is now August 7th is when that review will come out. I think a lot of people know what I'm going to say in that review, but we are going to have that review anyways. I've been talking to them behind the scenes. I don't know what they said. They changed the review date because of things they're working on based off feedback, which they saw in the Retro Handhelds live stream that I was on with Stubbs and Rob. So I don't know where we're at. I haven't talked to them in a few days. They haven't said anything to me, so I don't know where we're at. But as of right now, I'm going to go based off of the current product that I have for review. And so we'll go from there. But I am pushing them. The other thing is, if I don't get a price, then I'm not going to have a review up. So, I mean, I'm pushing for price. I'm pushing for release date. If those things don't come to me, there's no review to be had. So just wait a little bit longer. I'm still in communication with them or trying to figure out what's going on. And then I'll relay it back when I have that information. Next up, I have gotten a lot of questions about where my Retroid Pocket Nova review unit is. It has taken the longest that I have ever seen in my life. Let me check. You know what? We're live right now. Let me see. Go to 17 track. Oh, out for delivery. So it is finally coming today. It shipped 16 days ago. For some reason, I'm getting the Nova the last out of everybody for whatever reason. But either way, it is coming today. I will play with it this weekend. We'll get a video out next week. I think a lot of people know I'm not super excited for this one, so expect nothing crazy here, but we'll talk about it whenever it arrives. Last thing, the GKD RG350H Ultra shipped. Somehow. I don't know. Last week we were talking about it, and it didn't sound like it was anywhere near ready to go, but it shipped. So that is coming, and I'm excited about that one. It's analog pocket screen. We'll talk about that whenever that arrives, and we'll go from there. Back to actual news. The TrimUI Brick Pro U is delayed. The TrimUI Brick Pro Hammer U, Pro U, whatever it's called. It is delayed. This is the $250, $60 one. Apparently, according to GoGameGeek, which may not be the most reliable source in the world, considering what's happened before, but whatever. The original date was end of July, and at this point, it says mid-August, but they are not really sure about that. So if I am them, I mean, I scrapped the entire thing because nobody's going to spend $260 for this TrimUI Brick Pro U, but let's see what they do, I guess. Okay, as a reminder, we have our Play Retro Games Club, which is flying. We're doing awesome. So thank you to everybody that's playing games. I've been told by so many different people that it has helped them stay on track and play games, that's exactly why we're doing this. So awesome. Don Patchy is our game of the week. You have 3 more days before the Switch is over. So you can go play Don Patchy right now on arcade, which is a really fun shoot 'em up. It's hard at the end, but it is fun. Kingdom Hearts is still our game of the season. Our game of the month and our ROM hack of the month will be switching over today at a few hours after this goes live. So the voting is pretty much done. You can come join and vote if you want, but the new games will be listed, and so that will be fun. It is a great time to join either the forum, which will have it all if you want to do that, or the Discord. It's up to you. Come play some games. As always, we end off the newscast with the Newscast Q&A, so you can send in your questions to newscast@joeysretrohandhelds.com, or you can send it in to the Discord channel. There's a Newscast Q&A channel. You can send it in through there. This question comes in from Mr. Pog2. Mr. Pog2? I have a question. As someone who uses texture packs for emulation on Android, do you think 12 gigabytes of RAM makes a big difference in performance, or is 8 gigabytes just fine? This question can go both ways. There are texture packs out there that are massive. I'm trying to remember, is it Fire Emblem Awakening that has the 24 gigabyte 24 gig texture pack? There is a 3DS one that has a 24 gig texture pack, and I don't remember what game it was. But here's the thing. You can do it 2 different ways. So texture packs, if you turn on pre-cache for texture packs, then it's going to load it up all into RAM so that when you start, it has it there. If you have a 6 gigabyte RAM device, it'll crash it. I've had it crash. I've tested this. 8 gigabytes will get away with it. 12 gigabytes would be better. I haven't seen it crash on an 8 gigabyte RAM device if you turn that option on, but I think 12 gigabytes would be better in that scenario. But I haven't seen it crash, so I don't know if that is actually the case. I don't know if you actually need 12 gigabytes of RAM. I haven't seen a use case for it when it comes to HD texture packs. Somebody in the comments can prove me wrong with this one. If you do not turn on that option, which is the other option, then they basically do the texture pack replacements as you go along. So it's kind of like a shader type thing where instead of pre-caching it, instead of putting it all into the RAM, it'll do it as you go. So if you do find yourself crashing with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you turn on that option and then you're fine. You might get a little stutter here and there as it puts in the textures, but you can live with that. It'll do it once and then you don't have to worry about it. So the answer is no, you don't need 12 gigabytes of RAM for a HD texture pack, but I haven't seen a reason to do that, if that answers your question. Only one other question today, and it comes in from Shuffly. Do you think the Samsung Galaxy Fold 8 with a telescopic controller will be the ultimate 4x3 retro gaming handheld? We'll see. Okay, so this is coming because I bought the Fold 8 after seeing it and being like, I'm good with my Fold 7. I'm happy with the Fold 7. And then I had some people in the Discord be like, the Fold 8 is awesome. I'm buying one. And so I went to Best Buy to go check it out, and I was instantly like, this is awesome. So it is like smaller. I was going to grab my phone, but you can look this up in videos. It is a smaller, more compact Fold that is wider, like a passport. And then it opens to a 4x3 screen that is, I don't remember how big it is, like 7 inches or something like that. It is a very big 4x3 screen with 120 hertz and all the fun stuff. So you can just put a G Plus or a GameSir G8 Plus on the side of it and then use it as a big 4x3. Nova be damned, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to do a video on it, of course, because I always do. And it helps subsidize the cost of the phone that I'm going to be buying. But will it be the best 4x3? I mean, yeah, I guess technically it would be, unless you count monitors and other things. It is around the size of an iPad mini, which is cool. I don't know. We'll see. I'll do a video on it, and then we'll circle back on this one. But I'm very excited about the Fold 8. I hope it arrives pretty soon. That is going to be it for this one. So again, thank you all for watching. Remember, I do have this on podcast apps and all of that. In case you don't want to do it on YouTube, you can go listen through there. I don't get paid for it there, but it's an option. If you want to go do that, you can go do it. So it's up to you. It doesn't matter. I don't get paid a lot for the newscasts anyways. Not a lot of huge views every week, so it's fine. But you can change that if you go tell people to watch the newscasts, because it's news. You get what you need. I appreciate you all for watching, and that's all from me. Condom France.